breaking news came out from Floyd Mayweather CEO, Leonard Ellerbe, where he responded to the video I dropped on this subject of Tank versus OneTime fight rumors, where he respectfully challenged and dared Keith Thurman to get in the ring with Tank one time. Here is exactly what Leonard Ellerbe had to say. Quote, laughing emojis. Tank is not a 147-pounder, and Keith can fight his ass off. He's a guy I got a lot of respect for, but that fight I would make in 2 seconds. Tank will knock him the F out right now. Trust me, if he's serious, which I highly doubt. That's an easy phone call. End of the quote. He also added in other tweets, without any hesitations, he will put Tank in the ring with Thurman in a heartbeat, in a second, 100%, because he believes Tank will knock Thurman the F out of here. Now, I must admit, I'm extremely shocked at the level of confidence Floyd Mayweather team has when it comes to this fight. Me personally, I told you guys on my previous video that I dropped on this subject that Leonard Ellerbe responded to, which I'm gonna leave the link for that video in the comment section below. That being said, I still stand by my take on this fight being an unnecessary speed bump for Gervonta Davis. But apparently, Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe think otherwise. And I only include Floyd Mayweather because Leonard Ellerbe is really his mouthpiece. They always on the same page, they always see eye to eye. And Leonard Ellerbe wouldn't say anything Floyd Mayweather really disagrees with. Due to that, TMT seemed to believe, what is a speed bump to a tank? Now, if you drive in a car, definitely a speed bump is something you have to look out for, depending how fast you're driving. But if you drive in a tank, you can care less about a speed bump. And that's how TMT are treating Keith Thurman. With that being said, I still believe this is a 50-50 fight, but it's a winnable fight for Tank. However, it's a risky one. This fight is going to be very interesting if it does go down. For the people that don't know, Gervonta Davis has the same attributes Manny Pacquiao has, or some of them at least. And when it comes to the height and reach, how ironic is it that Gervonta Tank Davis has the same height and reach as Manny Pacquiao does, to a T. We know Tank carries power to whatever weight class he goes to. We know he has speed, skills, IQ. He has that dog in him. Ain't no question in that. And he's a southpaw with a killer instinct. Therefore, you can never count Tank out of any fight. So now the ball is in Keith Thurman court. Is he going to accept or decline? Is he going to take this opportunity and mega fight against Floyd Mayweather prodigy, who's moving up another weight class? If this fight goes down, Tank will be fighting 4 weight divisions south of where he fought at last year against Cruz. Now, that's really unheard of. So what is Keith Thurman going to do? What you going to do? What you going to do when Tank come for you? We got to know Keith, and it better not be turning the fight down, since Keith has a hell of a size advantage while being a power puncher at welterweight. But there's also a possibility he will, because a loss to baby Tyson Tank Davis, who's way smaller than him, will be disastrous for his career, especially if Tank is able to knock him out. And don't forget, Keith Thurman compared Gervonta Tank Davis stylistically to Manny Pacquiao. So he sees the danger in Tank as well. On the other hand, I still think this is a risky fight for Tank, because it's one thing if Tank moves up to welterweight to fight for a title. But if he's not, it's worth it to move up to fight a Manny Pacquiao. However, a Keith Thurman, the risk outweighs the reward for me. But if Tank is successful, he will crack the top 5 pound for pound for doing so. Because you can say whatever you want to say about Keith, he ain't no slouch. Therefore, if this fight does go down, you best believe Teofimo Lopez is going to create an alphabet ahead of the A letter in order to claim something he's not, to avoid the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. With that being stated, drop y'all thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. I'ma leave you guys with what Thurman told the boxing voice, which I'ma leave the link for the full video in the description box below.
Al calls you this week, like you said, and he says, look, Thurman, you've been great. You've always done my inaugurals. I'm giving you Tank, Jamal James, or Jamel Charlo. What does Thurman say? You get the choice out of either three.
It'd be easy to take. I would have to think about it, but you know, Tank seems exciting. It's right at welterweight. I get to do me. He gets to try to make history for him. Moving up, I get to try to make a new history. But if I win, then I got to defend at 54. You know what I mean? And then I could be like, oh yeah, EJ, you want to move up, right? Did you want to move up? I moved up first, you know? So look, I mean,
and that's a stablemate.
There's a lot, you know, in the fantasy world. I'll just have to say it would have to be a toss-up between those two great pay-per-view fights, you know, over a simple welterweight fight that I don't think would bring the same level of excitement and the complexities of the matchups, right? You got the complexity of a little man coming into the welterweight division, then me moving up. I just kind of like the dynamics of the complexities of those matchups. So I would really have to ponder, really sit down, go over everything, look at which one would get more attention, and then go from there. Well, I think I have yet to hear if that's the exciting news for me this weekend that I'm waiting upon. That would be a curveball from left field. But at the end of the day, you know, once something is proposed to me, I just got to sit down and look at it. I know that I'd be the bigger guy. I don't know how much. I've yet to really hear that kind of admiration out of Tank. I did hear some rumors that he wanted to be 147. I think last time you mentioned something along the lines of, I was a different homeboy of mine when I was working the presser out in California. He was telling me some rumors about Tank and some rumors about him and Thurman. So if those rumors I heard a month ago are starting to develop into real ideas for October, then so be it. But at the end of the day, I've yet to hear. My ears are still open, and we'll have to see, you know. But everything that Tank's been doing, he's been very exciting. He's trying to up his popularity. I heard his pay-per-view numbers did so ultimately, and I know that they want to make him a bigger pay-per-view star. So if he thinks, you know, getting through a good welterweight is going to do it, then let's see.
Today is your first day thinking about that. I thought maybe you would say he's too small. So you think he can be legit because of what he did to Byron?
Pacquiao is too small. Everybody's too small when they're coming up from the lighter weights. We're gonna call them small. You know what I mean? Because they're smaller than. You know, you got greater than, lesser than. You know, big man moving down, a little man moving up. So when you come, the more you go up and up, if I'm double 2 weight classes, 3 weight classes above you, I'm always looking down like you're the little guy. But at the end of the day, little guy with a big pop, you know. I got beat by Pacquiao. Maybe the little package is a problem. Maybe it's not fun being in with these little packages, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, and maybe that's what he thinks. It's like, shoot, Pacquiao was able to do it, Floyd was able to do it, other lightweights were able to do it, and maybe that's Gervonta Davis's next move.